Alright everyone, as requested by so many of you on whether or not there's any changes or updates to my current vMA builds for the Magicka Dragonknight class, figured because it was so highly requested I'd just make a quick little video on it. Not much change, there are a few changes, but before we get into the build, I want to take the time and I want to thank every single one of you that has supported the Elder Scrolls videos that are up on my channel. I greatly appreciate it, and I know that I have been slacking on the Elder Scrolls content lately, but I have been taking a little break from it because in the current state of the game of where I'm at, there's not a whole lot of content that I haven't completed. So I've been taking a quick little break. I've been playing a lot of Apex Legends. I play Fortnite occasionally. If you are into those, please go check out the other videos that I have posted. They are lots and lots of great games, games. So if you're into that, make sure you go check that out. But you're here for the Elder Scrolls video, so let's get into it. Still running Mother Sorrows, infused with the Flame Glyph on main hand. You can run Precise, you can run Infused, it doesn't matter. They offer very little different results. But it's not like, you know, Precise is so much better, or Infused is so much better. They're very similar. Running Maelstrom Perfected Infernal Staff, you can run Unperfected and Perfected. It doesn't make a whole lot of difference. Infused, I am using a weapon damage and spell damage enchantment. You don't need that. You can run a Shock. Works good. I'm running this because I'm not big into swapping out and glyphs and CP and Munda Stones and all that for each content that I run. I don't push scores. I do what I need to do to make sure I get on the leaderboards. And for the Magicka Dragonknights in particular, it's not very hard to make the leaderboards because they are one of the hardest classes to run in Maelstrom Arena. I am running one piece monster set. It doesn't matter if it's head or shoulder, as long as you got it. I'm running Valken Scoria for the extra spell penetration. You can run literally any of these monster sets and you will have no problem completing this arena. We're running 5 false gods, all in the body, all divines, magic glyphs. 1 shoulder of Mother Sorrows, should be divines. I don't have transmute crystals right now, but it will be divines. Running 2-piece bloodthirsty jewelry, Mother Sorrows. I would recommend infused, but for this build I'm just using bloodthirsty. The biggest crucial part for this updated build, and before I even talk about this ring, this build is for the people who are still struggling in Maelstrom Arena. They can't get their flawless. They've been trying and they haven't been able to do it. This build is going to help you out. This ring is amazing. The heal, it literally anytime you do damage, you are getting a 2750 health back every single attack, and it is amazing because the DKs is the class that I struggled with for so long is because of the healing that we're lacking. You know, we have really great heals that we get through abilities. We have a heal that is an instant heal, huge heal, but in Maelstrom Arena, as everybody knows, especially on the ice rink, it is a pain. The archers and the mages and everything in there just smacks. That is probably the worst round I think anybody goes through in Maelstrom Arena. This ring is going to make it a million times easier. Running buy stat food. I don't have trouble sustaining because of false gods. Running spell power pots, obvious reasons. If you are a veteran player and you are very good with the Maelstrom Arena, there are a couple other gear sets that I could recommend and combos. You don't necessarily need the ring if you are experienced and are super good and all that. I'm not. But you can run two-piece monster set. You know, you can do Slime Crawl, Scoria, Zons, Grothdar, Balorgs. You can run False Gods and Mechanical Acuity. You can run New Moon. Um, you can run three-piece Willpower with a Silent Infernal Staff. You know, there's a lot of combinations that you could actually run. But for this particular video, this is what we're running. To get into the skills, primary, main hand, we're running Elemental Defender. I only use this on boss rounds or the bigger targets that you can't one or two hit forceful Sonic kill. Elemental Drain helps with sustain, gives you your major armor debuffs. It's great. Engulfing Flames, most targets you're not even going to be able to apply this on because they're not going to get close enough to you. Make sure you apply this to all bosses. It's going to buff all your flame damage by 10%, and it provides a pretty good dot. We're running Inner Light mainly for the passes of Max Magicka, but we also get a crit passive too. Burning Embers, this is the only heal that is on our bar. You can spam this and constantly get your heals back. With the Ring of Pale Order, I haven't really need to spam this for heals, but make sure this is applied to every target that gets in range. Apply it to the boss rounds. It is a huge dot, and also when it runs out, it will provide the heal anyways. Main spammable is Force Pulse, only one I'll recommend. There's other options, but this is the main one. It's the best one to run. It's the cheapest one and it's the best one. Ultimate Shooting Star. Those of you who don't have it, I would recommend grinding Mage's Guild. It is worth it for a lot of reasons. For one, this ultimate is nice because yes, it does flame damage and it provides a 13-second dot, but also each enemy hit you generate ultimate. But the big reason a lot of us run it is for this passive right here. Increases your max Magicka and magic recovery by 2% for each Mage's Guild ability slotted. That's 4%. I have 2 abilities on the main hand. 1, 2. Back bar, running Channeled Acceleration. It is a 36 seconds of critical damage increase of 10%. You can run Barb Trap. I run this because it lasts 36 seconds. Like I said, I can pop this one time per round, and it lasts me the whole duration of the round. Flex Spot, we're using Scalding Rune. I'm only running this because it allows me to burst the portals faster. For other options, you could run Flames of Oblivion or Cauterize. If the ring is not keeping up with you, run Cauterize. It is a 5-second heal. It will heal you at once every 5 seconds for a huge chunk. It gives you that little extra healing that when your ring is like it times itself just right. Like it works. It's hard to explain, but it works. Cauterizer works great. You can run the armor buff. You can run this or the other one that does damage. You can run Coagulating Blood if you need that extra bit of burst healing. You can even run that. I don't know why you would, but you could. If you need a spell buff, you can run Molten Armaments. It'll last 36 seconds, and it also buffs your heavy attacks. You could run a damage shield. You can run Consuming Trap for extra resources. You could run Degeneration or the other morph of Structured Entropy, and it gives you a heal. A little bit of a heal over time. And that's pretty much about the only options that I would recommend. You get Mystic Orb. This thing does so much damage, and it does a lot of area of damage as well. Unstable Wall of Fire. You want to make sure this is down. Not only is it a great AoE, but it also procs your Maelstrom Inferno Staff. It buffs your light and heavy attacks by 1353 of enemies that are in your wall of elements, which is your unstable wall of fire. Last ability is Eruption. This ability costs a lot of Magicka. DKs don't really have the greatest sustain, so running Maelstrom Arena, don't spam it. You know, if there's a portal here, drop it there, drop, you know, all this on one, turn around and burst the other 2 or 3 that spawn in. Don't, you know, hit one there and then hit one over here. Don't do that. You will run out of resources and you will struggle. If anything, if you want to spend any of these, spam just the Wall of Fire and Mystic Orb. That usually is enough to complete this arena. You don't even really need Eruption, but Eruption allows more bursting, especially on boss rounds. It's just another damage. For ultimates, standard for bosses that don't move as much as most, you know, the first round, that boss, you can, if you drop this, you will burst it before it even teleports. Second one, I would recommend probably, well, you could use this on one of them. If you can burst the 3 Centurions, you can run Standard of Might. If not, run Elemental Rage. Probably maybe it will do a little bit more damage than Standard in a Maelstrom Arena content. I just run Standard. Like I said, I'm not too big on swapping gear, skills, CPs, and all that. I just run what works for me, and this is what works for me. Getting into the CP, like I just said, I do not swap. This is literally what I run. I only swap if I'm running a trials with a pre-made group. Other than that, I run 1 CP for most of my content. It's 2 Sprinter, 56 Tenacity, 100 in Arcanist, 56 Tumbling and in Shadow Ward, 13 Spell Erosion, 64 Elemental Expert, and 61 Elfborn, 23 Staff Expert, 66 Master at Arms, and 43 in Thaumaturge. 66 Ironclad, 37 Spell Shield, 58 Hardy and Elemental Defender, 51 in Thick Skinned, and 0 in the last tree. I am currently running the Mundastone, the Shadow, the Lover. They both work great. Stat sheet 58 point. Oh, you know, let me pop a spell buff. So we're hitting about 2,500 spell damage, about a little shy of 3k when you're fully buffed up. 59% crit. You know, it's, like I said, this is not, my CP is probably not optimized for Maelstrom Arena, so if you get the right CP, stats will change. But you guys asked me for an updated build. This is my build. Try it out. If it works, let me know in the comments. If you get your first flawless, tweet at me, tag me as someone on Instagram. Let me know if this build helps you out. I will be doing more ESO content. Probably post another one maybe this week. If not, it'll be next week. But I will be covering more updates on builds. Try to do some more DPS parses. So make sure to subscribe and turn notifications on to know when I upload, and that way you don't miss any of my videos. See you guys in the next video.